Federal High Court for Abuja don confirm say Senate get power to punish any of their members wey misbehave or act unethically. For the judgment wey she deliver on Friday, Justice Binta Ayako tok say according to Senate rules, na the Senate President get the power to assign seats give senators, and dem suppose dey tok only from the seat wey dem assign give dem. She come tok say Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan no follow dat rule for February 20 Senate sitting, and say sake of dat, she no suppose tok for dat day. Justice Nyako come still yarn say even though Senate fit suspend their members, make dem think am well on top how long wey dem wan suspend person. She come advise say make Senate consider recall Natasha back to allow her talk sorry and continue to represent her people. For another judgment, Justice Nyako come find say Senator Natasha commit civil contempt sake of say she break court order wey dem give on April 4th. The order bin stop all parties from talking about the case wey still dey court. She come talk say Natasha post one satirical letter for Facebook on April 27, and that one show say she no respect the order. Even though the contempt na civil one and no be wetin go send am go prison, the court don fine her 5 million naira make she pay to federal government. The judge come still order Natasha make she write apology for 2 national newspapers and one for her Facebook page within 7 days.
Into the issue of contempt, the court held that it amounts to civil contempt and that the plaintiff is ordered to pay a fine of 5 million naira, to issue an apology to the court, and to have the said apology also published on the same medium within which the publication that offended the court was done. To pay a fine in the sum of 5 million naira, and she has been ordered to render a public apology. That is his submission for the issue of contempt. The court has held in a very erudite decision that the Senate has the right to suspend its members.
Essentially, we await the full text, but the first application by the Senate that no social media post should have been made was in our favor, and there has been directions that that satirical apology should be taken down and an apology be posted in 2 national dailies. And the damages of 5 million naira was also awarded, paid to court. And it was held to be civil contempt as opposed to criminal contempt. So that's why no custodial sentence was given. As for the substantive judgment, we will still need to read the full text of the judgment. It seems affirmed that the Senate as an institution has the right to discipline its members. And though members are elected to represent constituencies, they have to behave themselves in line with the Senate standing rules. And the court only gave an opinion, an obiter dictum, what we call an obiter dictum, that the Senate should consider recalling her back. Although the reliefs are not stated, there's no question asking for suspension to be lifted because it occurred prior to the suspension. So it was more or less an obiter that she was of the view, my lord was of the view, that the suspension was excessive. So we will consult with our clients, we'll read the judgment, and we'll get back to you.
I think I'm going to start this by saying that this injustice shall not be sustained, in the words of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. First of all, this morning coming to the court, the case was different from what we've seen before. People were stopped at the gate. It took a lot for them to come inside. And of course, I wasn't inside the court. But from what you've heard the judgment. You have issues with that. As long as the apology is not to the Senate, well, that's it. But on the other issue, where the judgment is that the Senate should recall her, how does that work? The Senate has done something that is illegal. The Senate has done something that is against the law and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What the judge needed to do is to say that they have done the wrong thing and tell her to resume office so that she will go there and resume, not put her again at the mercy of the people who have been unjust against her. We take these things lightly in this country. We think it doesn't matter. I think the judiciary should sit down and look at itself and ask itself, why has it become the willing tool, the willing oppressive tool of corrupt politicians who think that they are more than other Nigerians and they can do whatever it is that they need to do? This is not justice. The court has the right to say the same Senate that refused to obey the courts when they were going to suspend her is the same Senate she's given the power, or the judgment is given power to, for them to recall her. Let me end by also saying and also quoting Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan that this injustice will not be sustained, and that in this country we must get that country back where everybody will have a right, and the courts will be the last resort of the common man and not the plaything of corrupt politicians.
Make una no forget say as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. Ohifemi Onosimo, TMC News.